Hello peeps, it's Hillbilly Halfwit. I thought I'd do a bit of a short video to see what happened last night in Liverpool. God, that's a coincidence. After I did that video yesterday, said all these incidents happen on a parliamentary holiday, don't they? Because it's a parliamentary holiday now. I don't know. Anyway, what's my thoughts on it? Well, I've had a good look at a lot of things, some of the videos that haven't been on TV and everything. And there's a few people saying there was a sniper on the roof and that sort of thing, but there's always things like that at big events, because I know a person who used to be one of them on things like that, and they were always at these big events. That was nothing. I think people are just jumping to conclusions on that. Regarding the terror thing, it did look a bit that way to start with, but I have to say, I saw a video earlier on showing this car before he'd run into the crowds. Now, it was a white guy. Now, what is a bit weird with this is that this car was trying to get through the crowds, and obviously that street was supposed to be closed. So this happened before anybody was run over, and he was falling out with the people who were walking down the street, and they started to attack the car. That's what I saw anyway. So you had some people who were pissed, and this guy had fell out, and it looked to me like they started attacking and punching the windows and stuff. And then minutes later, this business happened where he came out of this junction and run into somebody, and then he took off. It does look a bit odd, but I got to say, I don't think it looks like one of these weird things that has happened where the guy he's absolutely crapped himself because he thought he was going to get his head kicked in, and he may as well have started it all by pushing through the crowd with his car, not knocking people over then, and then the crowd have turned on the car. That's what it looked like to me. I'll say things as I see them, but it looked very much to me like this guy was trying to push his way through the people originally, and shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. So he's probably said something to somebody in the crowd then, get out the blooming way, and they're pissed. And a group of them have turned on the car, and then from what I saw, the car took off then, and then went off. A couple of minutes later is when this incident happened. So what is worrying me with this is what happened. It's a totally different thing that happened, but what they're going to do, they're going to blame the people drunk on that street. You watch. You watch. Mark my words. It'll come back. It'll blame those people drunk and disorderly in that street. I just got this feeling. When there was that problem in Liverpool before with the football stadium, a similar thing happened. All those people were squashed and everything, and within 2 days they were blaming the fans and everything, and I just got this funny feeling it's going to happen again. And it's weird how it's happened on this parliamentary holiday again, isn't it? How's that? Why am I the only one to notice this? But with the sniper thing, that's not right, because I know somebody who was doing that job. And they were at lots of these big events. They're always there. So don't get skewed off by things like that. Just look at the evidence, what you see. And the evidence of what I saw was a guy in a car, in a place he shouldn't have been, trying to push through people who were celebrating for this football thing. And the people were being pushed out of the way by his car originally, because he was pushing his way through. He shouldn't have been there. And that's got people pissed off who were walking, celebrating, and then they've punched the car and started to attack the car, and that's when this thing has happened then after. So, I always say the truth. That's what I think has happened. It's weird how they were letting the odd car go down that street. I think that's potty. The bloody place is supposed to have been shut right off. It's got gated off all around the whole area, but they're allowing a few cars to go down that. It does seem a bit odd, I gotta say. But there's a lot odd about this. But watch for what I said. You watch, they'll be blaming drunken white males for starting this all. You watch. Mark my word, sad, tragic thing has happened from, I think, it looks a bit like a bit of road rage has caused people in the public to react and then attack the car, and then this thing has happened. Because the guy has thought, he's a wrong one, obviously, but God. Isn't it a weird old world? It's a weird world we're in. And they've had to release the persuasion of the guy, or there'd have been bloody riots there, to be honest. I have to say that. It should have happened the last time with that other thing. But I think if they hadn't released what colour this guy was, it'd have been, the place would have been on fire, to be fair. So, have the police done it? I think the police have done okay on this. You know, I don't mind saying it as it is. People might not like it. The police seem to get there, seem to try and stop it all. But the weird thing is how that car got in there in the first place. That's my opinion on it. Perhaps someone won't agree with me, but sometimes just weird shit happens. But watch for blaming the white drunken yob. Ta-da.